Hello everybody and welcome back to another installation of this project video in which I am trying to make the zipper sweater light by Petite. Today is Tuesday, April 23rd, and from my last video I actually have quite a bit of an update. So if you have watched my previous project video, I was saying that I probably would have done another sleeve by last night. But as it happens, I finished it all and I blocked it. So I'm gonna put here some footage on myself wearing the jumper before blocking, and then the blocking kind of process, and I would like just to talk you through that. It was very late last night, so the image may be a little bit dark, but I will do my best to make it lighter and showing as much as I can. Unfortunately, I haven't filmed a lot of the blocking process, but I will do my best to tell you how I generally block my woolens. So first of all, finished jumper. Yarn chicken game, we haven't played it. We are left with about 20 grams of wool. And once again, if you haven't been watching my vlogs, please go back, but I'm using Peer Gynt by Sandnes, which is a 100% wool DK yarn weight in this lovely mustardy color, which is absolutely not my color, but I have to say I'm enjoying very much the knitting process. It's very light. I love the composition of the yarn per se, so that is happy enough. But on my eyes, I have noticed that knitting with this color is so much easier than blues, blacks, dark grays, my usual. Anyway, we haven't played yarn chicken. I have done the decreases for the sleeves as the pattern tells you, apart from a little modification at the end of the cuff in which I decreased on the very last round 4 stitches around so that the cuff would be a little bit tighter, and I've done that on both sleeves and on my waistband as well. Then try it on, look amazing. I was actually very happy with the result. It's still a bit buggy as a jumper goes, but I wouldn't say that is too large. It just have a lot of positives. It's gonna be a nice cozy garment for the winter coming. We still have plenty of winter and cold here in Ireland, but you know what I mean. Blocking wise, how do I block my woolens usually? Well, I tend to run them through very hot water with like a nut quantity, like let's say a tablespoon of Eucalan or any other detergent that I have at hand. I bought last year a big, is it half a liter bottle of Eucalan, and I'm using that over and over again. It smells beautiful, it's very cleansing, and as well it gives a coating of lanolin to your wool, so kind of restore it at the same time. The problem that I have with Peer Gynt, always have that problem, is the bleeding effect. Every time I knit with Peer Gynt, every time I wash a woolen with Peer Gynt, we have a massive amount of bleeding. Bleeding meaning the color runs. Now, that happens to me with very light grey colors, as well as a marzipan type of beige color that I have knitted before. And the water was really dark. Now, I don't know if that is the color running, or if it's the materials, the dirt, if I can say, into the water, into the wool itself. I have no idea. The point is that the first wash that I do is with very hot water. I submerge my garment in the sink full of water with Eucalan, and I let it rest without touching at all to prevent felting for about an hour or two. The water then gets very mild, almost cold, and I drain the water. I squeeze a little bit, being very mindful not to get any traction between the fibers so that I'm not risking any felting. And run once again with very cool water the second time. A little bit of Eucalan if it's needed. For Peer Gynt it's needed because, as I was saying, it bleeds a lot. And after that I repeat this process without Eucalan, without detergent for a couple of times until the water runs clear. Having done that, I lay on the floor a big, how do you call it, a towel, a bath towel, put my garment on the top and roll it tight to squeeze out any drops of water that is there. I step on it, it's quite aggressive, but because your woolen is rolled into the actual towel, it doesn't create any traction between the fibers, so it doesn't really felt. After that, when the water has been squeezed out, or the majority of the water, I just lay it flat on some blocking mats. Blocking mat wise, I have been asked this question multiple times, especially on Instagram. I have this lovely red blocking mats, which are really not blocking mats. I was, back when I started this channel, I was looking to purchase an amount of blocking mats out of yarn stores, and they run quite expensive. Now, looking at them, they reminded me of playing mats that you can find in toy shops and stuff like that, and I remember having a large amount when I was a child, and then yeah, they were laid on the floor and so on and so forth. So I ran to my local toy store. There was actually a section for like sport gear and stuff like that, so I bought a bunch of those that are meant to be for yoga mats, to create like a yoga floor. They work very well because you can pin them, they are very sturdy, very durable, and as well extremely cheap. I think a mat runs for about 90 cents of €1, so really nothing. With €10 I got a full set. You can find those if you have, especially in the European Union, a Decathlon, which is like a sport shop. But I warmly recommend you to check the toy stores and the sport shops in your local area. They run quite cheap. And then as you can see there, I'm looking down because the jumper is currently on the floor there, but I think I can put some footage here as well if I haven't done that already. I pin it with some blocking pins. Those unfortunately are actual blocking pins. I couldn't really find anything that could substitute the width of blocking pins. I'm sure you can use just a regular fabric pins for your scope, but if you have a larger jumper or a larger garment, I would recommend actually investing in some blocking pins. I found mine on Amazon, if I'm right. They are from the brand Clover, and they were really inexpensive as well. Just keep an eye on Amazon. Every now and then they have some sales for this type of thing. So yeah, that is it. Now, the last thing I need to do is to figure out the zipper. Two things. How to install a zipper. So if you have any video tutorial recommendation, please let me know, because I have no idea what I'm gonna do. And the pattern itself is very brief in terms of letting you know how to install the zipper. And the second thing will be another round of blocking. I would love to block the full garment again, because I'm noticing that although I did the soaking process and all of that, the stitch definition is still a bit wonky. And that is probably because it was about midnight, 1 in the morning last night when I did the blocking process, so I might have just rushed it a little bit. So yeah, I would like to get that done again. So that's basically it. I think the next update will be probably in a couple of weeks when I finish the blocking and I try it on the finished work. Otherwise, thank you so much for your support during these videos. It's been great to read your messages. Very sorry if I haven't replied to everybody, but you know, it's a lot of messages that I receive and I'm very grateful. Once again, I'll talk to you very soon. I don't know if there's gonna be a podcast in the middle. If there is gonna be a podcast, probably will feature that jumper as well. I will see you very soon. Bye bye.